for our first inductee. Led Washington University in St. Louis to 5 NCAA Division III national championships, including back-to-back undefeated national championships in 1999 and 2000. Led her teams to the NCAA Division III tournament 23 times, including 10 Final Fours. A two-time WBCA Division III Coach of the Year. Our video presenter for this inductee is Andre Edison.
Hello, I'm Anitra Edison, and today I feel like the luckiest person in the world. I'm blessed to have the opportunity to introduce head coach Nancy Fahey of Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri. She embodies and represents the true essence of commitment, honesty, dedication, and intensity. When I think of my former coach and my friend, several things come to mind, but not only to my mind, to past and present players and coaches' minds alike.
Loyal, passionate, dedicated, role model.
Integrity, friendship, and loyalty, all attributes I think that have brought her so much success here at Washington University.
If you looked up the word coach in the dictionary, it'd be a picture of Nancy. She's hardworking, dedicated, she's fair to all the kids in the program.
She really is one of the hardest working coaches I've ever been around. She looks at the teams and really gets into what has to be done in order for her team to be successful.
I love that clip.
One of the greatest things she taught me was how to be a good leader. And she did that by example, and I know that's really cliche, but I knew that for every sprint that I did or every extra free throw that I shot after practice, she was watching an hour of film or dissecting an offense. She just poured her heart and soul in it, so it was very easy for me to believe in what she was doing and be part of the program.
It was so much fun that I volunteer as an assistant with her now. It's the next best thing to being able to play and participate on the court. Is just being able to be around her every day and continue to learn the same way that I did when I played for her.
When she came in and interviewed, she impressed everybody. She was very straightforward. We didn't talk about full court presses, inbound passes, or man-to-man defense. What we talked about was organization, administration of the program, connecting the program to the rest of the Washington University campus community.
She's built a tremendous tradition. Any kid coming into Coach Fahey's program knows they're going to win, knows they've got a chance to win a national championship, and are committed to being a part of that.
It wasn't about what Coach made us do, it was about what we wanted to do and about really trying to compete with ourselves and with each other at the highest level.
She never stops and just keeps on rolling. It's all about the kids, it's all about the program, and that's what makes her such a unique coach.
I would like to extend my congratulations to all 2012 inductees. At this time, please join me in acknowledging the first ever Division III head coach to be inducted into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame.
Folks, this is a tremendous honor, and I'm extremely humbled to be part of this Hall of Fame class. Congratulations to all the other honorees and to those that have come before us. I'd like to thank the Board of Directors for selecting me for this amazing honor. But basketball is a team sport, and I think of this as a team recognition. So today I stand here on the shoulders of every player that has ever worn the red and green, my assistant coaches, the administration,
the Bear supporters, and all my friends. When it all boils down to it, it's about the people. And that is what I am most proud of tonight. Has this hit me like a freight train? In fact, since the season has ended, every quiet moment that I have had, whether it's driving home from work, waking up in the middle of the night, which has been happening a lot, I've been trying to think what I want to say in the next 5 minutes. How can you truly express your appreciation? In fact, I was so angst about this, I was talking to one of my players, Danny, who was doing a valedictorian speech, so she goes, Coach, you know, my buddies told me to go and Google it. All right. So I Googled it, and would you believe you can actually buy a Hall of Fame acceptance speech for $19.97? Thought about it, but I opted out, and what you're going to get tonight is free. I was raised on a farm in Wisconsin, the dairy farm, and unfortunately my dad put up a hoop on the barn. So my first days of playing basketball were against my brothers, John and Art. When I got up into 7th and 8th grade, they didn't have organized girls basketball at that time, so wanting to be like my sister, who was a cheerleader, Connie, I decided to try out for the cheerleading squad. Yeah, it's funny because unfortunately I made the team. I was bad. I found myself watching the game and not doing a lot of cheering, so I figured my fate was set. So fortunately, when I became a freshman in high school, there was organized girls basketball. And I want to take pause for a second because I truly believe that Title IX legislation was key. It not only gave me an opportunity to play a game, it gave me an opportunity for a career, and most importantly, something I have a passion for. So I believe it's 40 years old.
Yeah.
And everyone that has made that legislation possible, I want to give a sincere thank you. I also want to recognize my high school coach came. He's telling stories I don't remember, but you know, players think the same way. Off to Wisconsin, I walked on to the University of Wisconsin, and that's where I got my first taste of coaching. And it was simply working basketball camps in the summer doing station work. I remember this feeling, and I call it my lost feeling. My players, not the lost you're thinking. It's a totally absorbed, immersed feeling. And to this day, I still have the same feeling when I walk on a court. I got my first job at a high school. It was pretty tough because when I was one year I was a senior in college, and when I thought I had a pretty cool nickname, I'm not going to share, to the next year being called Miss Fahey, and going 5 and 17. It was a rough first year. I mean, we just got plowed. And I was going, I'm not sure if I'm really cut out for this. You know, I decided, you know, let's stick this out. 4 years later, I'm applying for a job at Washington University in St. Louis, where a gentleman named John Shale, the athletic director, took a chance on a young coach. To this day, I appreciate that chance. He's, like I said, he's still my boss, and he's still a good one. Also with him tonight is Mark Edwards, the men's coach. I've shared that court for 26 years with Mark. He's had an incredible impact on me as a coach. So here I am, my first week before my first college basketball game, and I'm fired up. I get a call from a reporter in California, and I'm like, cool, this didn't happen in high school. And he goes, so how do you feel about playing Stanford this Friday? Yeah, me too. Not good. I said, wrong Washington. You know, and I think at that point it was when I decided, hey, we're going to put Washington University in St. Louis women's basketball on the map. And extremely proud to be a Division III coach, and that's because of the great respect I have for the players and the coaches that I've come up against. And I tell you, I know more will stand here in the future. Back to people, my assistant coaches, my players, and my family. I have been blessed with an incredible coaching staff. To hear today, Leslie Berger, Haley Lee, Ben Levine, Diana Hill, Ron Roberts, Steve Cochran, Anitra Edison, Diana Pasley, and Bobby Morse. Loyal, passionate, and hardworking. I guess the best thing about them is that they're incredible people and friends. To my players, I was out a couple weekends ago, and there are actually Bear supporters that have seen all 26 years of you guys playing. And the one thing that struck me when they told me about you guys, they said the thing that we always loved about your teams is that they always played for each other. As a compliment to you, and I am blessed to have coached you. You are Bear basketball, and you are the reason WashU is being honored here tonight. When I started preparing this speech, I was going to start with my dad, who escorted me up, and I figured out I wouldn't make it through, so see. Who you didn't see walk down tonight was my mother, who couldn't travel this weekend. But after 64 years of marriage, I felt them both. They have the biggest impact on me as a coach. They are my role models, and every time I walk out on the court, I feel them. And what I feel from them is their strong work ethic, their discipline, their sense of fairness, and most importantly, their unconditional love. To my brothers and sister tonight, John and his wife Gail, Art, his wife Shelley, Connie, and her daughter Jessica, Paul, my cousin, who is like second brother to me, you have been an incredibly positive influence, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate your support. In closing, orchestra, you guys are good. And I picked a song, and they said, pick a song that means something to you, right? And, when you're after 50, you better check with your kids, and I did. They said it was okay, Coach. So I picked a song by Green Day. And the reason I picked it because there was one line in there that after each season, I think about it. It simply says, I hope you had the time of your life. I always hope that at the conclusion of my seasons, that my players had the times of their lives. That is my wish for them. Tonight, I want to say thank you to all for this time in my life.